Welcome back to video 6. I'm glad you made it. Lucky number 6. Alright, so in this video we're going to go back over what we covered in the last video. We covered integers, floats, double, and single character variables. What I was going to cover in this video was actually just first I wanted to go over order of execution with variables, so you understand, you can see a little more clearly and reiterate on how, we start in the main method. Let me actually zoom out here. Right here, and it works from top to bottom. So let's say we were to do something like, let's get rid of this. Let's say we do integer, lordy, all this shit. Sorry. Let's say we do integer number equal to 5. Then we say, and now, I should have mentioned this before, but since we've declared the number as an integer, if you want to use it again, like I showed you before when you printed it out, you just call it again. If you want to change it, you can change it. You just do number equal to 6. And now it's changed, but you don't have to say integer again because you've already defined it. It knows what it is. But if you didn't do that, let's just comment out this code. That's also very useful too, being able to use your comments to comment out code. Totally cool to do that. So now it gets ignored. Now look, it's like, well, what's all this? I mean, what's this right here? I mean, why? It doesn't know what it is. It hasn't been declared. But now it's good to go, and it's happy. All right, so now. So if I do, let's do our favorite function, system.out.println, do number. Alright, what do you think is going to get printed out? First gets set equal to 5, then we set it equal to 6. If you guess 6, you are right. You are on a roll. You are one bomb-ass SOB. You could go to the club tonight and be like, girl, I know how to declare integers, and you're gonna get chicks. I swear. Being a computer science major, I can't sleep because of all the sex. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. But that's not why you major in computer science. You don't do it for the girls. You do it because you like programming, and that's the only reason. Well, not programming, but you do it because you like studying computer science. You like studying process. So, but don't mind that. All right. So let's say we were to print off, let's copy this right here, doing Control-C, Control-V, saving it up here. I'm going to start using Control-S to save, it's just a little bit faster. And then let's run. What's the shortcut for me? Where's that? Come on. Tooltip, where are you? I don't know, screw it. And let's say we run, I guess I kind of gave away what I was trying to do. Oh well. If you set it equal to 5 and you print it off, and then you set it equal to 6, then you print it off. Like I said, it goes down from top to bottom until it reaches the end of the program, or to the end of the main method, which there's nothing more after here, so the program executes, runs, does what it's supposed to do, then it exits, and then it's done, it closes out. We don't have anything to keep the heart rate of this program going, and we'll get into that, like how do you keep a program alive. So don't worry about that, we'll get into that, but that'll be a bit, but not too long, so stick with me. But we declared it up here, just to separate that for clarity. We printed it off, then we changed it, and we printed it off again. So see how it changes from 5 to 6? That's going to work for all variables. And just so you know that if you change it during the execution of the program, it'll change from then on out. If you need it to be 5 again, you'd have to change it again. So that's something to keep in mind. What would be something that would be good to show you now? Oh, let's get into string variables. I didn't cover strings in the last the first variables video, because they are a little bit different. I'm not going to get into the details of those differences just yet. We need to cover classes a little bit before we do that. But what I will say is that if you wanted to declare a variable named string, you're going to use a capital S, that's the first difference, type string, that's the same though, and we'll do, S. That's creative, right? Equal to, now remember, this is a string, or like we said, text, that can be that's not just a single character, so we have to use double quotations. So, and this is actually referred to as a null string because there's no space. It's just a string that's not really equal to anything, but it's still technically still a string. But yeah. So now we can type in, so there. And this works. You can type in a full sentence, use any of your keyboard ASCII values. So yeah, that works. So, but yeah. But notice the difference here, capital S for string. We just called it S, so we can call it whatever, like shit, sorry, poop, S, cunt, you just call it whatever you want to. That's the beauty of programming. Now, if you use those type of names on a job, you're probably going to get fired, if they find out it's you. But if they don't find out it's you, you're probably safe. But, I don't know. Still risky, and I'm not responsible. But, string S, I have a stupid face. And again, this works exactly like before. If you want to print this off, you can just add in an extra line of code here, and we can do S. And guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna get printed off. I have a stupid face. 5, 6. So we've covered that. Okay, something cool I wanted to show you too was something called concatenating. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right, but this is the ability to have a string and add something onto that string, be a number or another string. Example, let's say I have a stupid face, and then I wanted to add on, yes, it's true. So I have a stupid face, then what you use is the plus sign, and then you would say, we want to put a space, because then it'll be all, actually, I'll show you that. We'll say, yes, it is true. Check this out. Talk about some next gen. Look at this. I have a stupid face. Yes, it is true. Now I mentioned, look how close up that is. That doesn't look as good. So we'll go in here and we'll do this. And actually, oh well. So now it'll look a little bit cleaner. So I have a stupid face. Yes, it is true. So that works. Now, this also works for integers. So if you had, say you wanted to attach the number 5 to it, you could just type in literally 5. I have a stupid face 5, or you could do the number. Now, this is where things get a little bit interesting. What if I did this? What if I took the string and said number plus S? Yeah, it didn't do anything special. But there is a discrepancy with this. Because if you do number plus 2, this should do exactly, probably not what you think it's going to do, or it's doing exactly what you think it's going to do. You're either right or you're wrong. So, you got that going for you. Let's say we have 5 here though, right? And then we add 2 to it, we get 7. So, do you think we're going to get 5 plus 7? Or I'm sorry, 7 plus the string, or 5, then a 2, then the string. Let's see what happens. We get, yeah, they just add together. That makes sense, right? You're adding the two numbers together. That works just as normal. Then it switches to the concatenating of the string. It's a little bit confusing how that still works out, but I guess you'll get used to it. Now, I do believe something different does happen if you were to do like this plus 2. Let's see what happens when we do this. Ooh, that's weird. I have a stupid face 52. Last time I checked, 5 plus 2 is not 52. It was 7. We just did that, right? Unless it's 50. Unless it's 52 and not 7. No, I'm pretty sure it's 7. Put it in the comments if I'm wrong. Just let me know. I'm pretty sure it is 7 though. What actually is happening here is that it will do the addition as is, just like how it accepts it into the method parameter. That's called a parameter. This is what we're putting this as an argument for that parameter that accepts those various types. I know I'm throwing a lot of information out to you, but this stuff it just takes time to get used to seeing it, and you'll be okay. But whenever you do it first thing, the math, like 5 plus 2, it'll go on ahead and do the math, and then concatenate the string. But if you have a string before the math, it'll treat it like a string. And that's what's happened. It's just treating it like a string. So if you need to do math with a string, you need to do it first, then it concatenate your string. But if you do it the other way around, you have a string, and then you have, the value, it's not going to do what you think it's going to do. Like this is not going to end up being 7. And we'll do another example. Let's say we do, just to reiterate, because I like to reiterate, as you know, system.out.println. Hi plus 2 plus 3. Now, this isn't going to give you hi plus 5. It's going to give you hi 2, 3, hi 23. But if we were to do this and do the math before we do the concatenation of the string, it'll do the math for us. 5 hi. What do you know? Cool, huh? Cool. That's just one of those gotchas. Like if you ever take one of those Java exams, they'll ask you weird stuff like that, like what happens if you do this, because it's different, and it's not one of those like common sense things either. It's just, I don't know, you just kind of have to and if you, like I said, if you want those kind of detailed with a programming language, find a programming language course. Like I said, that's not the emphasis of this course. I'm just showing you so you know. I don't want to make too many assumptions, and that's because that makes me a donkey dick. No, it's ass. It's ass, not donkey dick. Where did I get that? I don't know. Whatever. Don't listen to me. Okay. We do need to add one piece of code that's not going to make a lot of sense to you right now, if ever. Now it will eventually. But it is something that we have to add, and we need this because we're going to do something really cool. We're going to accept user input, because what's a program without input? So let's do scanner. Just type in scanner in equal to new scanner. Let's not call this in, let's call this input, so you know. Actually, in fact, let's be more specific, call this user. Sorry, I'm going back and forth. User input, and then you have to put in here between the parentheses system.in. And remember, semicolon. Now, it's complaining, and it will complain until you do something. You have to tell Java that you're wanting to use that. So you actually have to, it is technically built into Java, but just to save like memory with your program, you don't want to include every file that comes with Java. So you have to tell it that you want to include it. So let's go, just click, but NetBeans is nice, it'll do it for us. Just click on this little yellow light bulb. Click add import for java.util.scanner, and it's happy. We can now use user input. Now, like I said before, the order of execution is going to go top to bottom. So this gets defined as just what's known as an object, and we'll get into that, but just allows us to get access to accepting user input. Again, Java was nice enough to get that ready for us. We just have to have it ready to be used. So it's going to declare all that. We're not going to see anything, but this definitely does happen. Then it's going to do all this stuff that we've been seeing this whole time. And then what we're going to do is we're going to actually get some user input. So what we have to do is we have to type in user input dot, what are we going to do? I gotta actually remember what it's called. Let's do next line. Actually, no. Let's simplify this, because this will actually lead up here to the first assignment. Next int. Okay, so you see the parentheses? That means we're calling a method on this object that we created on the scanner, what's actually a class. I'm throwing lots of terms out there. Don't worry about it. Just know that user input dot is how you access those methods belonging to that object, called next integer, which is just a method simply being called that says, hey, tell the processor or the operating system that we need to wait for user input. So this will actually halt the program until input has been given, and then it'll finish to the end of the program and then stop. So so we run it, it does what it's supposed to do, but you see right here, it says run, the program is still running. So if we go down here and click into the console, you see we have a cursor. So then we type in 45, and then it's